Well, next up, it's time for the men's bronze medal match in the recurve discipline here in Medellin. Coaches and official coming out onto the field of play as we take a look back at what happened here earlier in the week. An interesting lineup, Canada versus the Netherlands. Canada, well, going down 6-0 to Korea in the semi-finals. Netherlands losing out to Australia. Canada, though, ranked 13th, came through the field. Let's welcome them and the Netherlands out onto the field of play.
Damas y caballeros, recibamos con un fuerte aplauso el partido por la medalla de bronce en recurvo masculino por equipo.
Well, ranked number 2, the Netherlands lineup is Chef van den Berg, Steve Weyer and Rick van der Ven. Tough loss for them in the semi-finals. But they've had a day or two to recover from that.
En el blanco número 2, representando a Países Bajos.
And you have to say they are the favourites for the bronze here.
Rick van der Ven. Step Wheeler. Damas y caballeros, recibamos con un fuerte aplauso el partido por la medalla de bronce en recurvo.
And facing the Netherlands is Canada, like I said, ranked 13th after the ranking round. Here they've come through the field, and the lineup is Christian Duenas, Eric Peters, and Brian Maxwell.
En el blanco número 1, representando a Canadá, Crispin Dueña, Brian Maxwell, Eric Peter. El juez de la línea para esta partida, Roy Cortés.
Well, we're just about ready to go. Canada on target 1 on the left-hand side of the range as we look down towards the targets. Netherlands on target 2. Range is declared safe to shoot, and it will be Canada to get us off the mark. This for bronze in the men's team recurve. Fabulous start from Canada. Duenas on for a potential maximum here.
Good arrow.
Just outside by the looks of things. That has been marked as a 9 with an asterisk, which means it'll go to the measure. Mackenzie Brown, look, you've been to the Olympic Games. You were USA's only female archer in Rio 2016. You've won medals, gold, on the circuit here last season in Salt Lake City. How important is communication between the athletes on the field of play in a team match?
I think it's extremely important. I think that when you talk to your teammates, you're learning about what they're doing for the wind. You're also getting a little bit of that nervous energy out. If you haven't been on the finals field yet, everybody's nervous. I mean, this is a lot of pressure. These are two really good teams, and I think that you got to get all of that out so that you can really shoot really good shots.
Oh, Chef van den Berg there looked like he had a little grimace on his face, but he scored a 10. Now the score's currently level at 29 apiece, but Canada will have that third arrow measured at the conclusion of this set.
Good shot, Max. Thanks, Eric. Nicely done.
So something that's interesting on Brian's form is on his bow hand. He points his index finger out as the shot goes. A lot of times with recurve archers, we have our index finger just like Crispin's on the front side of the riser. It doesn't point out towards the target, so that's something unique to Brian's form. It might just be something that's comfortable for him, but definitely something cool to watch.
Yeah, there are tiny little nuances in each archer's process. It's what works for you, isn't it? There's no right way.
Yeah, absolutely. Really
pulled that one right.
Shot. Yeah. There was quite a bit of a gust right there when he shot, so that may have caused his arrow to go further.
Yeah, and it was strange, isn't it? The wind was blowing right the way through earlier on today, and now it's settled right down. And then we get a big gust. Well, this one's gone out of reach, and Canada have definitely got the 2 set points in the first set.
So if I'm looking at the target right, I think I would call Canada's asterisk a 9, and I would call the asterisk for the Netherlands an 8.
But in the grand scheme of things, that's not enough for the Dutch team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very relaxed in Camp Canada.
Oh, okay.
So 4 10s in that first set for Canada. Some pretty sharp shooting, but that was before the wind picked up. Lovely stuff there. Those all in a line. And it looks like the target judges concluded that it was a 9 for Canada on their third arrow. Very relaxed air in the Canadian camp.
So like you said before, the wind has calmed down a little bit from this morning. I think it's a little bit more consistent, but I think both teams are going to be looking for gusts right now. And I would say they're probably erring just slightly on the side of caution. So, maybe aiming a little bit left 10, but I wouldn't go too much further outside of that.
You say aiming left 10, aim to the left of the center of the target because the wind is blowing across the front of them to the right. We start the second set with a 10 from the trailing team, the Netherlands.
Really uncharacteristic 8 there, but if Chef puts this back into the 10, it'll be a good set.
Yeah, that second shot was interesting, wasn't it? Because it's almost as though Steve Vire didn't adjust for the wind at all.
I don't think the wind was going super hard, so it might have just been a bad shot. Those happen.
Good shot. Max, good shot.
So watch here for this this index finger I was talking about before on the front side of that riser. Maybe not as prevalent, that one, but
yeah, he definitely lifted his index finger up, but it's almost as the arrow goes past it.
Yep.
Gusting again. These are the trickiest of conditions for archers. I don't mind the wind, do you? As long as it's consistent.
Yeah, consistent wind is definitely a friend to an archer, but we always practice for the inevitable gusts.
A great shot there from the Netherlands. On the line, but will get marked up as a 10.
Bit of a redeeming shot there for Steve.
Yeah, really piling on the pressure, the Dutch team. Van den Berg just pulling that one left. He knew that wasn't a good one. So a potential 59 on for Canada. So they've got a little bit of wiggle room here.
The wind has changed. It's gone from left to right to more of a straight headwind.
9.0 low left.
So this is something to be looking at. They got a yellow card, so Brian has to hop back on the
Lots
line.
of time, guys.
But they have plenty of time, so you hear their coach telling them it's all right, just make your shot.
Nice shot, Brian.
Good recovery there from going early.
There was a smidge low. 20.
Smidge low.
Smidge a technical term. So a possible 58. An 8 to share the points. Anything else? Well, they've got the set, and they do indeed get a 9. And Canada go 4-0 up over the Netherlands.
Recovery from that, well handled.
So that was Eric's first shot outside of the 10 ring, but still gets a 9. So I think he's feeling really good about today. Really good shooting from the Canadian team.
Mackenzie, we've talked about the wind. Because obviously it plays a big part in it. Question for you: you practiced out on this very field in the qualification, and so you've got used to the conditions here.
The judges are really watching our feet.
Now, just before we go into that, there was a yellow card in that. So here we go. In fact, going over the line too early. You can see that your teammate needs to cross that left-hand line, the meter line, before you step over. And in fact, the athlete hadn't drawn his arrow, had he? So
No,
what's going early?
it was definitely that his teammate was still within the 1 meter. So you really want to make sure and watch your teammate's back foot as they're coming out of the box, and then cross all the way over into your lane. So it's just a little bit of patience with crossing in the line, because it is a time crunch, but you really want to make sure that those are clean crosses.
Yeah, yellow card means you have to go back across the meter line and then reset. But the Dutch here in set 3 are staring down the barrel of a gun. 4 set points to love down. So I was just going into talking about the wind conditions, the fact you've practiced on this very field of play. But since you guys practiced here, there's tents gone up and big screens and a big blue carpet for the range. Does the wind change going down the range?
I think wind changed a little bit. I mean, this is the calmest that I've shot on this field with. It's been pretty gusty over here, but the tents do make a little bit of an effect. But I think the biggest thing for me is the lighting is a little different because of that blue carpet you mentioned, and a lot of the logos are in white, and that just puts a little bit of glare onto your eyes, which does have an effect on where your arrows go, and how you see
often see, well, certainly some archers wearing sunglasses to deal with the glare or the lighting conditions.
Definitely a longer shot
Guys,
from
finish
Brian
your
here.
shots. Finish your shots. You know what to do.
Good advice from the coach there. I think both of the first archers were getting a little hesitant on their shots. When you have your timing on, that's when you start hitting
Good
from
shot,
the middle.
Crispin. 10.
Crispin shot a really good shot there to bring his team back up.
Yeah, so 10 on the
I think that'll be a judge call because it's pretty close, but I do believe it's a 10.
Yeah, okay.
Well, a 10 means that Canada will have to shoot a perfect score to share the set points. And Berg does shoot a 10. So 55 puts a little bit of pressure on Canada, but in fact all they need to do is shoot 3 10s in a row and they've got the match.
Yep, absolutely. Just need 5 set points to be able to take this win. So that set will go to the Netherlands. They seem to have found a little bit more of a rhythm. I think Canada right now, just for this end, got a little excited thinking that they had already won this match, which, like you mentioned previously, can be a big mistake. I think they just need to work on their timing. They seem to have slowed down, and Crispin is helping them out a little bit. He's got a lot of experience in a finals field, and he's putting them back in the middle where they need to go.
Yeah, so whilst the set's gone, these last 3 hours from Canada are important to set them up for what's coming.
9.2 low.
But
On the left side.
Holland are back on the scoreboard here in Medellin. They still trail, but 2 points will settle their nerves. Canada leading the bronze medal match 4-2. So not only did Canada perhaps drop the ball a little bit there, but the Dutch, as you mentioned, Mackenzie, also found their form.
But a very centrally located group. You see them being low right, which is indicated by the windsock. You have a couple of flyers, we like to call them, which would be a technical mistake.
Yeah.
But you see that really close shot right there, 41 millimeters from the X, and it's really good shooting.
I hate to labour the point, but at 70 meters to be 41 millimeters away from the spider is quite incredible. As we look at a couple of the shots, there's Steve Vire there shooting an X. Chef Vandenberg, well, goes one better. And that was the one that was 41 millimeters away from the spider, the center of the target. So the Dutch will be pleased that they got themselves on the scoreboard. They still trail, so they will start proceedings for this set. Well, just as he stepped up to the line there, the wind picked right up. It was down at sort of 0.4 meters per second. It went right the way up to about 3.7 meters per second. Is that why both these arrows have been pulled right?
Yeah, I think so. And both archers didn't necessarily look happy with their shot. Like I said before, a nice shot there from Chef, but like I said before, a quick shot is definitely needed, but as well as a confident shot. You can shoot a little bit longer shot as long as you know that that's the shot you want to make.
Low and right.
Both teams being pushed by this wind.
Low and right from Canada, mirroring what happened with the Dutch. Just see the bow being buffeted there by the wind.
I think Brian maybe overcorrected a little bit there. He was, right as he was stepping up on the line, waiting and listening to his teammates to get their input. But let's see where Crispin puts this one.
Well, you can see the wobble there. That does get a 9.
So again, with a 4 set point gained by the Canadians, they just need to tie. It doesn't have to be a perfect score right now. They just need to be able to keep up with the Netherlands.
Long hold. Couple of 9s. Vandenberg anchoring the Dutch team. Shoots another 10. He is the archer that's carrying the weight for the Dutch team at the moment.
So we need 2 10s here for the Canadian team to be able to take this match. Otherwise, we will be going to a shoot-off.
Pressure is on.
So it looks like a shoot-off, first one of the day.
Yeah, so the Canadians can only get to 53, and that with a 10 from Crispin Duenas. And that means the set points go to the Netherlands. They fought back from 4-0 down. But they're right back in this match and perhaps have the momentum as well. And we do go to a shoot-off for the bronze medal in the men's team recurve. And if you're new to archery, it's basically like a mini set, just 3 arrows per team.
A little bit tricky down there.
So guys, I think you guys have to figure it out.
We talked about Chef Vandenberg carrying the weight. Steve Vire also shooting some 10s. And Chef anchoring the team finishes that set off with another 10.
So with this 1 arrow shoot-off, what you'll see in the teams is that they will alternate which team is shooting first. So Canada will shoot first, then the Netherlands will shoot, then Canada will shoot, and the Netherlands, and so on, for 1 arrow per archer. What we will see down at the target is it is 3 arrows. If they both tie on value, then it will be the closest arrow to the center.
That will be measured.
Yes, that will be measured. So if you look and both teams have a 29, but Canada has an X and a 10, Canada would win if the Netherlands only had 2 10s.
So score first. If the scores are tied, then we get into a measure. So down to 3 arrows per team for the bronze medal here in Medellin. A slight delay in proceedings, as you can see, is because new targets are put up for the very reason that Mackenzie mentioned. If we go to a measure, we want a nice clean target for the judges to be able to do a very accurate measure. So they replace the targets, and then of course they have to reset the electronic scoring system, Falco Eye as it's known. And that's what gives us all those beautiful graphics with seeing where the groupings are for each of the teams.
It's an awesome system. It's got 2 different cameras that measure on the side. They measure the height and the width of each arrow.
Some of the crowd on their feet here for a very exciting conclusion to the bronze medal match. Canada versus the Netherlands in a shoot-off for bronze in Colombia.
Nice and smooth. Nice shot. 10 on the right.
I think the Canadian coach said it all there. Now that has been marked down to a 9. The coach was very confident it was a 10. How can the Netherlands respond? Well, that's a clear 9. Long hold.
Good shot, Brian.
A little bit of a gust right there. The one worry there is that he didn't leave a lot of time for his teammate Crispin, but it doesn't look like Steve is either.
Weiler on the shooting line.
So
that's marked as a 9.
as it stands with these arrows, Canada would win because they have an arrow that's closer to center. So
Good shot.
really good shot for very little time.
But here's the man of the moment for the Dutch team, Chef van den Berg. He's carried the weight throughout. Can he take the Dutch over the line? And he does get a 10, and he has been the most valuable player on the Dutch team.
He's closest to the middle.
And Holland take the bronze medal here in Colombia with a 5-4 victory over Canada, having trailed by 4 set points to 0. The Dutch have been looking strong throughout the week here in Medellin, and they've been really training hard, but really Chef van den Berg carried that Dutch team over the line.
Yeah, I think the Dutch team had a little bit of a wobbly start, especially because the Canadians were very strong coming out of the box. I think the mistake they made was getting a little ahead of themselves, thinking they had already won, and then the Netherlands team, they really capitalized on that, and Chef definitely helped them out a lot.